Maybe I should start streaming that horse racing gacha game that everybody adores. I'd say I could do that myself, but it never worked, sadly. Cell, one of these days I'm gonna mod you just so that you can troll everyone. Umama, I think that's the one, yeah. I just know that everybody, like, fucking loves the thing. Not really my kind of game, I guess, but I don't know. Maybe I should. Get, like, BlueStacks installed or something. You don't know. Let me, like... Alright, copy how you spelled it, because that is a name. Oh shit, it's on Steam. Very positive free-to-play. Umamusume Pretty Derby. Really? Really? Is this a horse waifu game? Is this... This is a horse waifu game. Oh god. Oh god. Please no. Please no. Please yes. We're gonna be an anime horse girl streamer from now on. No, actually, Pokey recommended me a mystery dungeon game where you capture monster girls, and it reminds me of like Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, and it looks legitimately fun. I might stream some of that at some point. One of the cute horse waifus, real horse. Yeah, I saw that. I saw that on probably like Instagram, and I was like, what the fuck? What is this? And so I did some digging, and it's like, yeah, okay. It had like colic, I think, if I recall correctly. Wait, was that a mimic? Was that just a mimic? That just was a mimic. Oh no. There's also Sakura Dungeon where you catch monster girls and yes, yeah, no. The one that Pokey recommended me, she specifically did so because it's like not a porn game. Butts found 80 gems. Butts found 80 gems. But it legitimately looks like Pokemon Mystery Dungeon just with monster girls instead, and I fucking love the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon games. So it's probably up my alley. Hey, Michiru, welcome back in. I am sorry you're sick. I hope it's nothing serious. If I like roguelikes, try Omega Labyrinth Life. Let me grab that. What do we got? Show me the way. Omega Labyrinth Life. Do we have... Oh, yeah, it's another Mystery Dungeon game. Hell yeah. All right, yeah, I'll give that a look. I am... Her boobs get bigger. Ah, Silvernail. You know exactly how to get me reeled in. I'm feeling a little bit better, not 100%. I am so sorry to hear that, Michiru. Just, you know, take it easy, try to drink some water, loaf around, be a lazy butt. Like these asshole mimics. Deluxe edition with the bikinis? Nah, you go like trolling around. I'm sure there's naughty patches for that one. Being a lazy butt. Good. Glad to hear it. I tried playing Repo, Michiru. That game's scary. How far am I in this? I would say... I mean, I think like the 5th out of 6 areas. We're nearing the end. Which monster scare? I bumped into, I don't even know how to describe it. It was this big thing and it just ate me. And then I was like, okay, no, I need to stop because this game's scary and I haven't touched it since because I'm scared of it now. Oh yeah. Like, I want to say it was like a big mouth thing. And I was just like, oh, that did not spark joy. Creepy crawly thing. Oh, see? I don't like creepy crawlies. Creepy crawlies in video games just upset me. The robe, yeah, let me kill these things and I'll check and I'll tell you what it is. Repo monsters. Let's see. It was Where is it? No, it was Headman. Yeah. 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 I'm scarred now. Like, I think that game's gonna be fun with other people, but alone... Happy Ghost is not ready for this. No, they're not. Yeah, that's... Somebody told me that about Phasmophobia, too, is that like the game starts out scary, and then once you kind of figure out how things work, it's just mostly kind of like mitigation. Except for the creepy crawly thing. I mean, that's fair. That's fair. There's always gonna be like the one thing. But yeah, so like we could run that sometime. More Peak, etc., etc. We got things. Never play Phasmophobia solo. Hila is going to be playing it with me on Friday. I'm going to run the tutorial solo, but that's about it. Too scary to handle it solo. See that? Hila, don't you play it solo? I think Hila does play it solo, but he's German. He's not afraid of anything. And knowing what he has in his basement, he probably has worse. You're a mimic. Of course you play. Yeah, exactly. Rather play Repo than Phasmophobia because it's funny. Fair. Totally fine by me. I like how it's like got all the like physics interactions with the objects where you have to like actually move things around and stuff. That's very neat. All right, we're gonna get to see a cutscene. It's pure quintet right here. Hey, buddy. Are you Butts? Please, see to Dr. Leo. What's up, buddy? You are Butts. Birds from Greenwood told me of you. The stones you have collected are keys to open the gate to the world of evil. They are the origins of power for machines that beckon evil. And the semi-bots are cute. Yeah, they are. And of course I had to make mine purple because purple is the superior color. King Magritte holds the last stone. We have to free him to get the last stone. Go then to the world of evil and defeat Deathtoll. Doctor, we can finally start our ship. Arrowed. Doc! How far am I in this? This is like the second to last area, and we're basically done with it now. So we're gonna be finishing it this stream. You destroyed the world! Didn't you realize? Shut up, wimp! Defeat him! Arrowed! You took everything away from me. You are dirtier than evil. Dr. Leo, you talk too much. Life is never easy. Look. Hey, keep walking. Oh no! What a tough guard. Took 3 spears to go down. He went full Boromir. Daddy! Daddy, I knew I would see you, but not like this. Dr. Leo, will you still do what I say? You... As you said, I made a machine to call Deathtoll. Lisa has nothing to do with this. Shut up. Dr. Leo, you still have to work for us. All right. I cannot sacrifice people's lives anymore, but please, release Lisa. She is the most precious thing in this world. Even if I could not see her, she would still be my motivation. I can endure anything by just imagining her face. You're an honest man. All right, Dr. Leo. Leave Lisa alone. Leo whispered in Butts' ears. Butts, stay behind me. Here, take this and get on the airship. Please, take care of Lisa. I'll not run away, just take me wherever you want. Lisa, please forgive me. Full suicide bomber. Hey, Rocker, good to see ya. Hope you're doing well today. Welcome in. Yeah, so the thing with the Quintet games, this Illusion of Gaia and Terranigma, is you play them and they're like super chill and innocent until they're very much not. And they all do this shit. But I think I was born in the wrong generation. Scientists are supposed to invent machines in order to make people happy. But an unexpected scientist may ruin the culture. Some people believe happiness comes quickly. I think it comes with patience. That's not how you spell patience, but okay. Lisa, I'm sorry for leaving you. I'm not passing away, rather I'm going to sleep. Then when a scientist with my knowledge is needed, I will be back. Be happy, but don't rush yourself. Yes, gradually, and then he's dead. Love it though, what's wrong with sudden cannibalism? Exactly. If Peak has taught us anything, it's that cannibalism is okay when your food source looks like a chicken. Lisa just keeps crying. All right, bye. Delicious beef jerky. No? No. Peak cannibalism. Nice. Okay, so she's crying. Can I just like leave? We can just leave! Back to Dungeon Jams. Be real with you. When you're going to eat my friend, I have to use my blowgun to put you to sleep to have my friend. Was it you that put me to sleep? Was it you that did that, Michiru? I thought it was Evelyn that hit me with like some sleep spell or something from that skull. Oh. Oh, betrayal. Betrayal. I thought I could trust you. Never again. Never again. Okay, but seriously though, game, what do you, can I just like leave? You have to save her. Well, see, now I know that I just need to wait until like you fall and die again. And then I'll just start starving myself until the opportunity arises. And you wanted to get rid, so like when the sleep dart got rid of my hunger, like when I passed out? I thought it was just because we like made it to the end of the run that my hunger disappeared. Huh. Huh, that's actually, that's something that's good to know. Like you can abuse that and my injuries. Huh, that's nuts. All right. All right, that's cool, I dig it. Okay, let's go ahead and save. Leo made quite the blunder with the inventor gone. Stopping the machine is a trick and a half. Now we're gonna do the Unga Bunga thing and go in and smash the shit out of it. Oh, printer goes brr. Which means that music is being printed by the dwarf. Sleeping heals everything just like in D. Exactly. How do we get to Evilberg, game? I think I have to take the airship. I thought I had to take the airship. The game's being fussy about it and Lisa won't do anything except cry. It's okay, Michiru, I forgive you. There will be further... Why is the printer making noises? One moment. Alright, I am back. Sorry about that. Printers usually make noise when Skynet tries another. Now, see, this is a laser printer. This isn't one of those terrible inkjets. Reading about that game, you learn something neat about it. If you're too far behind the rest, the person lead will meet. Yeah, I know that there's a thing that happens if one person rushes too far ahead in P. And thank you for the welcome back. I appreciate it. But no, there will absolutely be more time for hijinks. 100%. Like, I was gonna actually pester you and see if you wanted to play. Maybe it was on Saturday, like in the afternoon, but you were already running, and I'm like, ah, no, you're dealing with it already. Bad things. Yeah, I think I know what it is. And there was one point while the three of us were playing, you went back for Evelyn, and I was tempted to start being like, hey, what's this bony boy that's coming towards me? He looks friendly. But then you came back, and I couldn't. Okay, how am I confused by this? She just keeps crying. What am I supposed to do, video game? Let's see. Oh, we have to go talk to the king? No. Alright, he kills himself, brings Leo, yada yada yada. Go up behind him, he gives you the mobile key, yup. Here's dying words. Step onto the airship and start it with the mobile key. How the hell do we start the airship with the mobile key? Do I even have the mobile key? We have a door key. We have a mobile key. Plug into a keyhole located somewhere on the ship. Alright. Do I just plug it into the steering wheel? Yeah, here we go. Butts plugged in the starting key. Crying woman is how most of your dates end. Ela. No, we're just saying fuck it and we're leaving them there. Uh-oh. I forgot we were playing a game and there's boss fights. No? I don't know if I have cover here from the wind. I don't think we do. Excuse you, sir. We're on an airship. It's not quite like being on a boat, though. No flippy floppies. No dolphins doing flips and shit. Okay. Hover, and then it swoops. Oh, no, it way goes. Okay. This boss sucks, and I hate it, and also petulant baby rage. Really? 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 No. I was gonna say, like, I need to be able to hit this stupid thing. Stop it! Ugh. So much health. No, my hit point total. Do not rush, but be patient. Stop sucking. Actually, let me check something. Let me check something. We might be able to cheese a little bit here. If I come down here... So the queen shouldn't be in her room anymore? Yes. Where is it? Butts found the invulnerable bracelet where the queen was standing. So if I recall correctly, this is the same effect as both of these two bracelets in one. Your sword and armor increase in strength by 2. So these, they say that it doubles your attack and reduces damage received by half, but I'm pretty sure it just increases the values by 2. It doesn't actually double your attack and stuff. So the ultimate bracelet is just kind of a straight upgrade here, or the invulnerable bracelet rather. Hey Destructo, welcome in. Fighting a monster on an airship sounds awfully familiar. I don't know. I don't think I've ever done it before. Alright, bird. It's just infinite fire across the entire bridge. Like, I don't know, like, what the counterplay to this is. No. Okay, we can't squeak up there. What if I, like, what if I want to be king of the world? Yeah, it's just, no, you take damage. I don't have any gems for spells, that's right, we died. Okay, so I can hit it when it swoops back up on an angle, if I get to the side in time. Which is kind of difficult, given that its movement is completely unpredictable. Alright, chat, we're gonna be here a while. It's like so hard to dodge, oh my lord. I legitimately don't know what the counterplay to this thing is. Aside from just dying. Because it's just constantly out of reach and it's so much more mobile than us with the wind coming down. I don't know. I don't know, chat. I don't know. But I'm erring dangerously close to blaming Kibitz. Dangerously close. Bye, kid. Sorry about your dad. Hopefully he gets better.
Please, sit back, relax, and free yourself from the bonds of our planet as we take off for the stars. Star planet as we stars. Stars.
Hey. Okay, so we can stand here and we don't have wind. But like anywhere else, it's wind and doom. Maybe like no. 10 ruins and every coin worth it. I don't know if I'd say that, but they're your Kelvin's coins. I mean, we got it down into blue health once. I feel like... ooh, I have an idea. Do your fire again. You cheeky shitlord. No, you didn't do it right. You gotta do it down here so I can walk up to this thing and beat the hell out of you while I've got cover from the wind. Chat, I think this boss might be terrible. What I want to do is, like, get up here, yeah, and, like, just hammer on it like that. Okay. Alright, I think we have our strategy here for killing this thing. Alright. I can go back to the first town and grab a medicinal herb, which would probably make this a shoo-in for a victory, but we'll try it one time without doing it. It wouldn't be as obnoxious if we didn't have to go through the airship cutscene every time. I don't really think it adds a whole heck of a lot to the transition. Maybe that's just me. Also, this many save spots should have reduced health. Yeah, you would think. You would certainly think. It's not a particularly great boss fight. Because, like, yeah, like, when we're here, all we can do is take damage, essentially. We just have to tank its hits, so it's all just RNG as to whether or not it's going to do this, so that I can walk up here and then hammer on it a little bit. And even then, it's like a hit. Might be better to just, like, fucking sit down here and swing. Because it seems like we get 2 hits on it on any given attack. Like any given pass. That one was 3. Yeah, this boss fight sucks. I don't think we're gonna win it, though. I really don't. No, definitely not. Alright, let's go get a medicinal herb and then we will. Because it's just gonna be sitting there and swinging and then, you know, healing when we would otherwise die. Yeah, not great. I always accidentally save. Every time we come to this thing, I never want to save, but I do. Thank you for the hydrate and the stretch destructo. Oh, everything creaks. There we go. I am awake. Officially awake now. Alright, all the way back to Babbyburg. Talk to the merchant. Acquire herb. Go back. High action gameplay. I'm gonna save state at the start of the boss fight just so that we don't have to do the run again to get back in here because I'm getting a little impatient. Okay, so the first thing we want to do, swap back to the bracelet. I'm actually going to save state again here, because otherwise I'm going to forget. And we just stand here and swing. And tank the world, and this is our fight. Isn't this a compelling boss fight, chat? Isn't this interesting strategery that we're employing here? I'm honestly kind of curious what the intended method of fighting this thing is. Because I can't really see any other way to do this. Probably it's immune. That's the thing, is like I tried hitting it with Light Beam and it didn't do anything. The only other spell that I would think to try, this is the method. Oh my god. Shameful. It only does 2 damage, we're fine. There was no danger. Of course, now it's just gonna do nothing but fire attacks. This boss fight is terrible and I hate it. It's just bad. It's just bad. Like, for Christ's sake. You just come down and do your swoopy swoops. Let us be done. One more, please. Thank you. Be exploded now. God. Okay. Video games. Butts released King Magritte. I knew what was happening. I could do nothing to prevent the queen from passing away in a fiery explosion. Okay. Neat. Video games. Anyways, let us away. Are we good? Can I just leave? Butts drove the airship back to the dock. Hello, thank you for staying with me while my father passed. I didn't think I would see him again. But because of you, I was finally able to see him again. Ever since you saved me at Grass Valley, I imagined you fighting monsters whenever I closed my eyes. By the way, I would like you to answer my questions. Are you a real human like me? No. I see. I feel like you're far away, even though you're right in front of me. I feel like you're watching us from the sky. I don't know how to express the way I feel, but that is okay. I love... You're going to fight Death Toll, right? I would say goodbye, but I know I'm going to cry. Please, leave while my back is turned. Alright, bye. As we, like, trip over her dad's corpse. Do we go kill the king now? I mean, I want to try. We have to try. No gods or masters. After all. Alright, where was he? I think he's in here? That Harper's gonna be pissed. Yeah. Yeah. I have failed as king. I ordered people to be loyal to me and killed whomever would not follow. Once you reach the top, the only way is down. I was just a coward. I made a promise with the evil King Death Toll. Turn her dad into sausages. Jesus Christ. Simply because I thought it would impress the queen, but the queen was captured by her own desire and passed away. I must apologize to Dr. Leo. I have the black stone with me. You must have all 6 by now. Please, go to the world of evil and defeat Death Toll. This is all I can do for Dr. Leo, whose charred, smoldering remains are still smelling of jerky on top of the rightmost tower of my keep. If Dr. Leo was a type of jerky, what type of jerky would Dr. Leo be? Well cooked, perfect for pies. Oh lord. The 6 stones started to shine and were swallowed into the aurora. Plain jerky. Oof. But the gate to the world of evil finally opened. But you need the Phoenix's help to defeat Death Toll. When the Phoenix joins you, the Palace of Death Toll will appear in the world of evil. But try to find the 3 symbols. I don't wanna... Didn't come across as salty, so probably just plain taste. Oh. Alright, now we're in the part of the game that's probably going to get absolutely eaten alive by Twitch's bitrate limitations. I apologize ahead of time. That is not the spell that I wanted to cast, but okay. You do you, Tornado. The damage is good, yeah. The problem is that it's uncontrollable. I wonder if it actually, like, homes into enemies. Might be worthwhile. Oh my god, die. Ooh. Okay, I'm just gonna sit here. Here we go. Welcome to Acid Trip World, just like Ultima Underworld 2. I think it was 2. I know they both had like the Limbo world in it, but I think it was actually I think 1 that ended in it. Yeah. Because yeah, you had to go through there to get the thing to fight like the Slasher of Veils or whoever it was at the very end. I should play Ultima Underworld again. I really liked that game quite a bit, actually. The second one, not as much, but the first one's legit. The walls cook you? No, they do not. Yeah, if I were to replay Ultima Underworld, I don't know if I'd do it on the YouTube channel or just stream it. Because, like, streaming it, we can get through that in, like, I don't know, a week, maybe that. Because it's not a long game, and I know, generally speaking, what I'm doing. Just play some weird meme build. Oh my god, this area is terrible, and I hate it. And also, Baby Rage is very rapidly brewing. Tornado, get the demon. There you go. Yeah, I think the Tornado homes onto things. Tornado might, maybe not. I say Tornado might be peak, but I don't think it is. It's okay. Damage is good. I'm be curious to see if I can actually use it on bosses, but I suppose at this point we only have Death Toll left. Hopefully at the end of Ultima Underworld you can show off Armageddon, just nuke everything. I mean, we could. Okay. Can I actually get to that? No! I'd have to go back to town. Temptation. Where's this gonna take me? Let's backtrack. I want to see what's in there. There's a chest. Chest is loot, and loot is good. The only reason I try to stay away from the Ultima games is because then people are gonna be like, Ghost, why haven't you played Ultima 7? And I like, how do you tell people who you know are like huge fans of something that you really don't much care for it? While at the same time, like, maintaining how much you really don't care for it. Medicinal herb, hell yeah. It's like Mario 64, right? Like, I know that game is beloved. I'm not a huge fan of Mario 64. Ultima 7 is great compared to 8. I mean, that's true. Play the NES version of 4. If I were to play the old ones, that's actually what I would do, Brendan. Yeah, if I were gonna play 3 and 4, it would probably be the NES ports of them. Because the NES ports of those games are good. The only downside to, well, I was gonna say the only downside to playing the NES port of 4 is that I wouldn't be able to import my character into 5. We got a red hot ball, chat. If you obtain all 3 symbols, the Phoenix will oh no. Do I need Phoenix? Do I actually need to have Phoenix? Oh, let's see. Return to the world of evil, yada yada yada. Give the yes, we do need to get the Phoenix. Well, shit. Backtracking time, chat. Backtracking time. All the way back to Babbyburg once more. Hey, Jamalis, welcome in. I hope you're doing well today. We are in the last area of Soul Blazer. We're gonna be finishing this today. I don't think it's gonna take an hour and 20 minutes to chew through what's left here. All right. Okay. Let's see, what do we need? Push a tooltip, you find the pass, show the pass to the boy guarding the cave. Okay. Push the tulip. There is a pass. How the hell are you supposed to figure this shit out? The one object in the entire game that you can push. Pass made by the children of Grass Valley. Why don't we simply kill the child? Oh, the pass. Where'd you find it? You can go inside now. Doing good. Aunt gave you a bunch of weird stuff over the weekend. You sorting through anyone in need of a vacuum tube tester that's... What? That's incredible. You got the Power Nintendo... Yeah, exactly. Hello. I'm watching over this world. Please, take this sword. Let's receive the Recover Sword. Oh, I wasn't expecting that, but okay. Return to Greenwood, destroy metal enemies, fireball enemies. You'll find Flame Pillar. Where am I even supposed to go? All right, we need to get the other red hot items. We need to go to, it's actually the second area, not this one. They're just giving me guides on how to get through, like, to get all of the items and stuff. HP filled when monsters are defeated. Level 22? Yeah, we're high enough level to use it. Might as well. That's how you got through Simon's Quest? Yeah. Yeah, that game, I can't imagine playing that without a walkthrough back in the day, given how scuffed that translation was. Okay, so I'm trying to remember where all the little fireball enemies were here that we haven't murdered yet. I don't think it's here. I think it's here. And then it's up through here. Okay, they should be in here, I believe. And we need the Spirit Sword for these things. Okay, and I think this is the last one. Yes. Okay. Well, it's received Flame Pillar, new spell. Pillars of fire rise around you. All right, let's have a look-see here. That's interesting. Dubiously useful since it's only half of it, but interesting. I bet that would do a shitload of damage if we like had a monster locked down under it, but all right, let's see. Okay, approach the bird you release on the lowest level of the right shrine from behind, and it will give you the red hot mirror. What the fuck? I don't even know which bird that is, first of all. Secondarily, what the fuck? I don't even know if we've released this bird. But we have to backtrack now. Like, why is this stuff hidden behind all this obscure weird crap? It's just, mildly perturbing. I do want to play Illusion of Gaia now, though, damn it. Terranigma is really good as well. I've never actually finished Terranigma. I beat Illusion of Gaia. Damn it. Wrong portal. Okay, we have to approach some bird here from behind. Which bird? I don't know. Maybe it's this guy up here. Hey there, buddy. It's still. No. I heard of the Phoenix's magic when I visited the Soul of the Mountain. If you collect the 3 symbols, you should visit the Mountain King. Okay, so it's not you. One step to continue to play. What is Planet Laika? Planet Laika. Japanese RPG for the PS1. Protagonist with multiple personalities involves solving puzzles and battles with dog-headed characters in a Mars mission. Wait, is this like Laika the Russian dog? No, oh wow, that looks like a game. Chat, I have so many questions. So many. I don't even know. Where burb? I know there aren't that many birds in this town. You? Talk with the stump. Please listen carefully. This is Greenwood. This land was developed with a dog named Turbo. He created this town so animals could come here and feel safe. You ate the burbs? No. Michiru, you're supposed to share. Wonder if it's that one down there, maybe? Can I even talk to this bird? Bird? Bird! We tell the trees what is taking place, and in turn they give us seeds to eat. So I guess you could say we have sort of a give and take relationship. Okay. Is the bird in one of the houses? Bird was asked by an adventuring party to join as a bird bearing. No. And there's the puns. There's the puns. All right. I'm gonna AFK really quick, top up my water, and I think I'm gonna actually have like a quick protein shake or something. My stomach's grumbling, so I will be back. Just give me like 2 minutes. Okay, we are back. Anyways, what's going on here? The nephew leaked Sanders' recipe blend. Oh, damn. It's one of those trade secrets. Sanders hated the new blend. And if this leak is genuine, it could be interesting. Really? Peaches is playing Clover Pit. Clover Pit. Y'all are just, like, throwing some... Ooh. Oh, no. No, that's not my kind of game. As soon as I see, like, oh, it's a matchup of Bolataro and something else. Nope. I'm not huge on roguelites. Thank you for the welcome back, Michiru. I appreciate it. Very, very kind of you. Alright, so seriously, though, where's this freaking bird? I feel like it's this one. But there's no way to, like, talk to its ass. Slot Machine Ghost Rage? Eh. There's a reason I'm not a fan of, like, roguelites. They just... they don't do it for me. They really don't. But seriously, though... Where the hell... Approach the bird you released on the lowest level of the light shrine and it will give you the red hot mirror. Unless I just haven't returned it yet? I like roguelikes, yes. I'm not a huge fan of roguelites, L-I-T-E. I like roguelikes for the RPG aspects of them, but most roguelites are like, you know, Hades, Dead Cells... God, what's it called? Like Monster Train type stuff. Like it's just, it doesn't really do anything for me. I played roguelike gambling games before. You don't know if you would like Clover Pit. Fair. No worries, Brendan. No worries. Well, let's go to the bottom of the light shrine and see if maybe I just missed something. I don't want to take this one though. And like even roguelikes anymore, I'm kind of picky about the ones that I want to play. Yeah, okay, we just haven't killed everything in here. Naturally, this is Kibitz's fault for not reminding me. See a lot of using Dark Souls roll dodge. Like, I'm not opposed to games aping Dark Souls, but it's like, just make a Souls-like. Not everything has to have like procedural generation and be run-based and all that shit. Just fire up Moria. I played a lot of Moria when I was younger. Angmond was my jam primarily, though. Everyone has a different... Exactly. Belt gets it. Everybody has different tastes, and everybody's taste is the best. Like I was saying earlier, like, everybody loves, you know, like the N64 Zelda games. I'm not a fan. They do nothing for me. And the cameras suck. Does the new Silent Hill have a stamina bar and dodge rolls? Wait, what? Oh my god. ProcGen works best to supplement handmade areas. I agree with that, absolutely. Or you could do like, you can do procedural generation using handmade areas, like make a bunch of blueprint areas and then stitch them together randomly. There's a roguelike called Delver that does that, and it's enjoyable. I've actually beaten it, and that's why, because it's all handmade, just stitched together randomly. And so the runs are different, but you do eventually kind of like get a feel for things and like it feels good. Like Ocarina of Time, hated Majora's Mask. Of the two, I actually like Majora's Mask more, which is unusual for me because generally speaking, I hate games that are like hyper-focused on time limits. Daggerfall is a noodle. Like Daggerfall is Daggerfall. So this is the bird? Herb? Let's release the bird. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Bird's big chillin'. We'll go harass it, get the thing. Yeah, we're gonna be finishing this. If I have to go over time to finish this, we'll finish it. That's fine. I'm not worried about going a little over if need be. Yeah, like that's the thing is Daggerfall's problem is it's just too big, and like the map sucks. The auto map is just real bad. Hello, bird. No, you son of a bitch. For shy birds, you better approach quietly from behind. I'm gonna approach from behind, all right. Go to bed, Lysandus. How do we approach quietly from behind? Ow. How is behind found? The game with secret stealth mechanics. I don't even want to think about it. I'm so quiet. So quiet, chat. Hey, bird. Ah, you scared me. Please don't sneak up behind me. Well, I guess it's okay. I have something special for you. All right, there's the mirror. Shy birds like it from behind. Hey, I'm not gonna judge. I won't kink shame. Okay, and now... Volcanic Island and defeat metal apes. The mermaid we release gives us the stick. Okay. Guy named Butt has no idea how to get behind. Don't judge. Don't judge. Butts is just doing Butts things. Alright, Volcanic Island. I don't remember which one that was. I know it's not this one. I think it's the Western Island? So I'm just gonna leave from town and head there. Seeing D-pads in my sleep at this rate? Nah, this is tame. This isn't bad at all. Now, Holy Diver, that's a game. I don't know, shit, like maybe 3 hours into it last night. And the first 3 stages of that game, like, they're rough, but I got through them in, I don't know, maybe an hour and a half, and then I spent the entire rest of my time playing it, stuck on the 4th stage, like the first room. The game has a difficulty curve, like a sheer cliff when you hit it.